Hello, everybody, and I would like to thank my wonderful subscribers.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Scenic Wright episode. And today, we're gonna get into the trial of, this is episode 2 of Rise from the Ashes, and let's get into it right now. February 23, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Horribly. I have no real evidence that you are innocent. Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe in their client. Okay, well, I'm not taking your advice over taking Mia's advice, okay? I don't know you as well as I knew Mia. The defense is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Oh, yeah, but right. A lot of the time, it seems like the people who are suspected of wrongdoing are being suspected for no good reason. So, I can't really take that word over my own client's word. Mr. Dai, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Okay, we're headed in. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one is gonna bail me out of this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Okay, guys, let's do this. Okay. February 23rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 9. Okay, we know. Okay, so we both know that, like, having evidence beforehand of innocence is very unlikely. But we both know that the best way to find contradictions is in a witness's testimony. Let's see if we find some contradictions. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Yana Shaddai. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Wow. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. How are we getting paid to run our office? I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. I think that's the only choice all humans can make. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anybody else. Very well, Mr. Edward. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Yana Shaddai had committed an unpardonable crime. The president comes in and says, "Pardoned," and then everybody goes home. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office yard. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. Yeah, even shit you didn't do, right? Right? Like those, other people, those other defendants he got declared guilty for no good reason. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. I really hope you don't mean the death penalty. I really hope you don't. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edward. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Cigar, to the stand. Okay, she's the first witness, and probably the best one to get over with. The top-up clean. You do the shit. All you do is debunk everything she says for a lie. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down. And for you, I have a filet bowl. Thanks. Am I supposed to eat this now while I'm arguing with Edward? Will the witness state her name and profession? And you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? That's just rice. That's literally all rice with some, like, black topping. It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how do you taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always got caviar with taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck did pickled tapioca taste like? I don't even know what tapioca is, okay? Or caviar. Isn't caviar fish eggs? Name! Occupation! Now! Me? The name is Angel Cigar. Don't go forgetting it. If I find myself running lunch here these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edward? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I am not finished eating. Hurry it up. Well, feed it right. Aren't we also eating our meal? Okay, very well, Mr. Edward. Go on. As you know, we usually call out the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edward has said to the court, I am a professional. What exactly did that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Cigar was a special investigator with the police. Oh, she was a first-rate homicide detective. God damn. What? Miss Shadar was a detective. Oh, aha! I know who you are! Pop up! Pop up Queen Angel Shadar, Your Honor. You on time? No, she. Very well. You may continue with your description, Miss Shadar. Who is this lady? Dude, Miss Angel Shadar, a first-rate homicide detective, and the pop-up clean. She said all of that last time she spoke. If I may have the torch attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into two sections. Block A is for prosecutor office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. This is like the smallest parking lot I've ever seen, by the way. Like, there's only room for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars. I think there's 9 cars. A chain divider separates the two blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking out prosecutor spaces, yes? 1, 2, 3. Is this? I don't think there's a base. Like, what is this, like, what is this, like, light area? The crime took place by a car in the back of a block in the car front. Yet the prosecutor area seemed to have even less room. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And yet who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans added to the court record. Okay. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Yeah, it does, until we blast a hole in her testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor users are unable to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to trust what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your word, Miss Shadar. What? Wait, are they talking about me? Are they gonna trust me? Wait, what? Hey, Judge, you shouldn't be biased. It's your whole job to be, like, unbiased. What the hell? Witness testimony. Witness account. The worst name I've heard for a witness testimony. Somehow, I knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective intuition at work. Okay? Really good image here. I didn't take a picture of this. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a Danish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrusted the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Okay, very simple testimony. bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. Yeah, until you have multiple. Are you thinking there is no room for doubt? The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife with you solving stabbed Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly trust? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Feel pretty damn fatal, though. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay, cross-examination. Witnesses account. Somehow, okay. Hold it. How did you know? I read that the prosecutors base it abhorrent to crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The young lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. I mean, she didn't work with you guys. She was a detective, like, Dick Dumshoe. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whims, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Shadar, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Okay, buddy. Very well, you may continue, Miss Star. I'm on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend, you have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, the other boyfriend. Too many to count. So I just give them names with the numbers and the words this, that, and the other. Here to join. The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll sit with the youngsters, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the yacht. In a block. Not a block. A block. It's up on the second floor, so you can see everything from up there. That would be the room with the word security on it. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I'm parked in B block. So, she was in B block when you witnessed the crime. When I said something, okay? You said something. Are you saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you reel a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I don't know how that feels. How did that feel? I have no idea what that means. The beating of a detective's intuition. Wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective? We know that. She said that already. Yes, well, he was like young cheese. Okay. Young cheese. A pale white cheese, not yet tame, with the experience on the streets. A greenhorn. Then I must be hard, yellowed, and sharp like a cat. That's how I would design my penis. Yeah, and with the odor of an old cheese to match. In any case, there in the yacht, I felt something stirring the back of my mind. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a Darish tar. By Darish tar, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's tar. Yes. Mr. Edgeworth. Incidentally, the knife which the victim was stabbed with was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it? It was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you were sure it was the defendant and not Miles Edgeworth? I could get him a second time. I saw her from no farther than 30 feet. I am certain it was her. I am certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. But she isn't, because, you trust our client, right? Right? Yes, we have to do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Exactly. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. And though you are a biased witness, you might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fillet, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You decry pale-agery. I may be relegated to the rosy poster young lady, but my detective instincts are honed. Shit. A photograph? You took this? Well, we're fucked. Picture. The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I call it the Techno-Babble Camera Lunchbox. You eat the camera when you're done with it, and it develops the film while you chew. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging around your neck. Witness! Why am I only seeing this photograph just now? Because the witness doesn't like you. Duh. You think I'd show it to a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend worked in the photograph division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Crime photo added to the court record. Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Yana Shaddai. So, What was the defendant doing at the time? The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Wait. Okay, here we go. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Of course, I know that none of you men can have experience with 4 inches long. Trust me, I know. Is that right, Mr. Edward? It is your knife, right? Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the rotations of a man's vital organs. I think that depends on the type of prosecutor they are. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad supply set. You can't testify as to the ability to kill an egg? I mean a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor? So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Okay. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Does it? She has no responsibility to stop a crime. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes, in that moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Shadar's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What are we gonna do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? No. Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me made me calmer. Yeah, it just like it helps when you feel a bit more cool-headed than your cohort. Don't smile like that. Sorry. Shit. Okay, so now I actually do have to figure out what the contradiction is. Okay. This is nothing I can disprove. I can't disprove this either. I don't think you can disprove intuition. This either. I don't. No, this is. You have a picture. I can't disprove the picture. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. There's no fingerprint on it, but the person always wears gloves, so. Okay, I'm gonna use that. Okay, there are two contradictions I can note. I can either note the knife not having fingerprint, or I can note the fact that the knife is not in the picture. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Shadai stab the victim with the knife? I've already said yes. I flare on my finest salmon flail lunch. What is it? What is that? I'm sure that is a fine lunch. Hand it over. But, isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. In this photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Shadai not holding a knife? What? Ahem. Mr. Edward, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection I've ever heard, Edward. Yet, it was still drawn... And yet, it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. Damn! What do you mean, Mr. Edward? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. They were taken the moment after the stabbing. Okay? And how can you tell that? The blood? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains around the prosecutor's coat? Yeah? But it's a black and white photograph. It could be water, or ketchup, or paint. Ah, yes. It's hard to tell, but it could be blood. Prove it, woman. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Get out, I hate you now. You helped me last time, but now I hate you again. Mr. Wright, are you just gonna sit there and take that kind of abuse? Emma, that's what I always do when I meet him in court. I just sit here and take it because I love him. Do you got a better idea? Objection! Wait! That contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. A camera takes a mere half a second to even take the picture. In that moment, the knife would still be in her hand. The body would still be visible in the picture. I don't care how slow her reflexes are. She would be able to capture the body, the knife, and the look on Prosecutor Yana Shadai's face. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. What? That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order a second. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo size lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I guess. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Shadai was told, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was premeditated murder. Okay, do you want that added? Because I don't know if you want that added. Also, what are you talking about? She hurt herself. She had pain. I don't know about remorse. Premeditated? How do you know? You said the chief prosecutor handed in the photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves, made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it wasn't premeditated, she would not have been wearing gloves. Wah! Shit. Those gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder. A serious offense with a serious punishment. Witness, add this to your testimony. Okay. Hold it. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the time used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated murder. Okay? They put a lot of emphasis on premeditated murder. I'm gonna have to disprove that. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Shadar. This is bad. She got them thinking that this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial is already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. Okay, yeah, I knew that. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Okay, no it isn't. Okay, so it seems pretty obvious that the yak statement is what we're supposed to do. Okay, I have to disprove this fact, and I can't disprove it with this. I don't think this had nothing to do with it. The knife. Maybe. It's the knife. It's the murder weapon. This has to be important. Maybe not this. Although, you know, where would you put the body if there wasn't a tar? Or maybe the tar was random. Not this. Not this, kinda. No. Maybe, but no, probably not. Nope. Oh shit! No! What? I'm an idiot. Okay, I deserve to use 2 health for that one. I was dumb. Okay, give me a... Okay, I honestly did the knife because... Oh, it was Edgeworth. It's Edgeworth's knife. You can't commit a murder without a weapon. And anybody who premeditates a murder blames a weapon. Oh, wait, shit. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling in an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it out in nature. Edgeworth, in the wild. I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I've always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Who wears cravats. And has really fancy hair. Really. An outdoorsman, him. Now there's a scary thought. That's it? Nothing else? That's it, you like it? Just a knife. Okay, okay. Witness! Do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell light boxes for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Goodman's, that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. What is it? It's Edgeworth's knife. Knife of Edgeworth. The knife that was used with to kill Mr. Goodman that belonged to Mr. Edgeworth. Edgeworth's knife. Indeed, it ain't my knife. Come on, Edgeworth, you haven't figured it out. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon in the red car all belong to the prosecutor. The defendant and the chief prosecutor were ridiculous. Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? Are they evil like that witness believed? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, Rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Yana Shaddai planned this murder And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would you not also blame the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh! Yeah. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. The issue is that this doesn't disprove murder. This disproves premeditated murder. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's a good asleep. No, she isn't. All we did was prove that it wasn't premeditated. Not that your sister didn't murder anybody. Nah. Mr. Wright. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking the tide has turned to some bullshit like that, you idiot. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole through the whole premeditated theory. Bah! The defense could say yes if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that young lady over there. The defendant, Yana Shaddai, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs proved. Nothing else. That's what we're trying to say. We may have defeated this tiny detail, but what we have to do is make it so this witness is so so unreliable that her testimony is thrown out. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing? I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now, not to be underestimated. I overestimated you from the moment I met you. Tiffany. Witness testimony. Angel's deduction. Yana Shaddai intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she told the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. Yeah, that's not good either. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Objection, you can't prove that. Nothing else to drive a human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Okay? The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? Well, yeah, or think about this. Miss Yana Shaddai and Mr. Detective Goodman were having a talk. That talk went sour. She grabbed the closest item she could find and killed him. It turned from a conversation into a murder in a couple minutes. It doesn't have to be premeditated. So, if I order pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? No, it doesn't. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Cross-examination. Angel's deduction. Yana should die intended to... Okay. You said that, but you haven't told us how you know that. That's what I'm about to tell you, Rookie. I believe what she said was merely a prelude to the story she is about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again, Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Well, I bet you never had a bun in the oven. And it's not one you tapped. Something's half-baked here, alright? And it's you. Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why do you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for themselves. Okay? You have no proof that Mr. Dye told him there. You have no proof that she didn't. That isn't proof that she did. Give me proof. Was there a phone call? Was it unnoticed? Did anybody hear her calling him? A person who knows it doesn't need to say, oh, you have no proof that she didn't. Someone who knows something will provide proof for it. Mr. Edward, Doc? There's no record of a call made on the defendant Miss Dye's cell phone. Okay, so it wasn't a phone call. Do you even have proof that she told him at all? Where did that idea come from? The ether? She might have written him a letter. Okay? Show me the letter. Not that she might have written him a letter. Did she write a letter and can we have it? Come on. You should have tried public phone first at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's in the office where he was murdered. I'm sure she had a reason to be there. Yeah, maybe. We don't know what it is, though. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? Okay, you have no clue. What kind of blood? Well, I wouldn't know that. Well, you wouldn't know about a blood in the first place. Of course you don't. That's because you didn't have a blood. Rookie. What is that? I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See? We agree that there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. This judge isn't very good with metaphors. The suspect had a drug and then Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking that? It's simple, okay? Okay? Well, one. No, there are hundreds of reasons why somebody would kill somebody in such a brutal way. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a drug. It could be a crime of passion that took less than 2 minutes to happen, right? You know, just like 1 minute you're arguing, the next minute you have a knife, the next minute you just keep doing it because you don't know what you're even doing. Yeah, now there are hundreds of reasons why. The fact that your basis of proof for a drug is just that, nothing else to do it. You were a detective. You know that there are hundreds of reasons why somebody would murder somebody. A human machine? That's a contradiction. Feeling Wright had never seen a cyborg movie. Please. Can't you find fault with something of something, Mr. Wright? Note yourself, Mr. Edwards size smells like citrus fruit. How do you know that from all the way over here? You said a den and a den. How many times did she stab him exactly? We often say chopped into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed was done? Because I'm testing your memory. How good you remember shit. You said more than once, I guess. How come you getting mad at me? I thought you hated prosecutors. Yet you say she stabbed him several times, and even at that, there's a murder case, people. Mr. Wright, you just speak up if you have an objection, you know. Miss Star had turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her ability as a detective really set her off. The short wit burns the fastest is a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax, and a really short wick will burn even yonder. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Yana Shidai intended to murder Detective Goodman. Oh, okay, you have no proof for any of this. But this seems to be a pretty good point of contention. Let me get to my evidence. Maybe the autopsy report will say something. Oh, they're good. It said one stab wound. You say she stabbed him again and again, more than once, several times. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss supplies. I'm afraid the moss is blowing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star. Why are you so mean to me? I'm your witness, bitch. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. You're right. They show Mr. What the fuck? I said that! I said it! You can't just do that! Also, why are you contradicting your own witness? God, you can't be doing this! You can't be doing this! What a hunt. He's my hero, really. He is literally trying to prove that your sister is a killer. Your sister could die because of him. What about my objection? No one noticed? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh dang. I always believed no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted the knife, I saw blood at her breast. Her big, voluptuous breast. They're not too big, but they are a good size. She splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw, that you thought was blood. Testify, woman, testify! Her red muffler looked like blood to me. Like, hold on. That's how dashy the whole scene was. Okay, listen. That is fucking dumb as shit. Listen. There is a difference between seeing somebody that stabbed twice and seeing evidence of one stab and then seeing an actual stab. We asked you to testify about what you saw, not what you assumed or what you believed. That's bullshit. You're bullshit. Her red muffler. Yeah, like the sitar. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can easily be hung at a moment's notice, I suppose. No, I'm pretty sure she probably wears it because she enjoys mufflers. Look at that. It's a nice muffler. Cute. No, I don't think that's right. She's right. No, I'm pretty sure she's not right about that last part. Miss Shadai was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for bladder blood? Isn't it all one color? With no variation? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. No, they don't. I have never believed that. It looked like the beard. I'm sorry with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. I know, Phoenix. I know. Actually, I do think that I saw some traces of blood on her chest. Okay, you just really wanted to look at her titties, okay? However, the autopsy is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Shadar isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, there's our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Shadar had turned out to be a... Okay, well, this... Okay, what are we doing here? I have to disprove one of these. If I... Well, what if I do this? Okay, well that didn't help. I think I have to question her detective abilities. How do I disprove any of this? I've already hit it multiple times. Wait, what are you... Oh shit, no, fuck! Shit. Oh my god. Ah, fuck. Oh god damn it. Okay, give me a minute. Okay. Okay, well, okay, the first statement is pretty much a big nothing, okay? Okay, you still have no clue. I don't know how to present something I don't have. Give me a minute, though. Okay, let me try to figure this out, okay? I'm sure that if you... Okay, you have no proof of any of this, though. Oh, maybe I can present the image. What do we have in the image? Oh wait, where the hell is the muffler? What? Edgeworth, you just took my objection. Why the hell did you do that? Are you trying to run the show? Are you trying to be the prosecution and the defense? Do you just want to be the whole evil system? Do you just want to be the judge too? Hey, judge, he's gonna take your job. The witness is clearly not shooting for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photograph. No, I proved it. I proved it myself. Stop taking the credit. Huh, but that can't be. Only a professional young lady can be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. I thought you liked Yana. I thought you liked her. Judge, I thought you were like, oh, you're the top up clean, I love you, or some shit. In the end, Mr. Edward prevailed. No, I prevailed. I had 2 whole contradictions, and he fucking took them like an animal. Hitting like a raccoon tortoise. What was my objection? Chopped liver? But it was there. A cigar. No, not that, but something red, really. Now then, where were we? The witness had given us an entertaining interview, but back to business. What? Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You say you saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shape the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabbed the victim. You know, the part that we have to disprove in order so your sister doesn't get fucking death penalty, possibly. That part of the testimony may just be the moment of truth. Okay. Apprehending the suspect. After that murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the partition off to her side. I quickly taught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. And yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to a date, but Angel Shadar rejected a futile. But against Angel Shadar. You are quite determined about this Shadarf, aren't you? I should like you to senate and bite you to toe blood. Shit. Like me, Angel Shadar. But it wasn't a really good metaphor. First of all, a senate is a toe blood is a type of senate. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bite. Honey, your notebook is full of bullshit. I am amazing against snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, tipped over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, Chef, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Ralph! Do you want to fuck her? You seem to really be attracted to her body. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Until you do this shit. Cross-examination, apprehending the suspect. So where's this petition on the floor plan? I'm sure she means this wall next to the tar. That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself like an animal. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? I quickly taught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. You say quickly, were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should pressure for more details. Pressure. I'd like to see this on the floor plan, just to be safe. The young Yantar was right here. It was a regular that could hurt and be rock. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the tar, yes. Is that correct, Miss Star? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain-linked fence in front of you. How quickly could you even get over it? I went over it, of course. Really? Amazing. The top-up clean, young lady athlete, indeed. It would have taken her a bit of time. It would have taken her little time to climb the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Shadai not get away? I mean, we don't know how athletic. We don't know how athletic Angel is. And yes, when I elected her, she mentioned the muffler. She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheapy. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. So what, you just believed her? She said, muffler. And you just believed, oh, she was wearing a muffler? Really? Really? That's what you thought? You thought that because she said the word muffler, she was wearing a muffler? What if I say the word jacket, and I murder somebody? Are you gonna believe that I wear a jacket? Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Why didn't you mention that? Her phone? She can't mean... By phone, do you mean the cell phone discovered at the scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately, my memory is like salmon heading up the stream, you see. Really easy to catch and really easy to fly. No, the torch did not see Miss Die. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the tar, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. What bad timing. Good witnessing, witness. No, she's doing a shitty job at witnessing shit. Good witnessing. Whatever happened to good testifying? The half of her job that we're doing now. You should of course add it to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Yana Shadai's cell phone. The word muffler was overheard during the call made to Emma at 5:18. Okay, do we know that though? The witness said, oh, she said the word muffler. But can we prove it by checking the cell phone? Because if we can't, then she could be lying. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen close, you rookie. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the petition. She picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled out her own cell phone from her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain-link fence. Then you boldly grabbed her arm. The chief prosecutor hung up her own phone. And you saw her doing this. What is it, Mr. Wright? The chief prosecutor made to a tape, but it didn't. Hold it! She made to a tape. Can you be more specific? She blushed and shined my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight. You're seeing a dollop of yards on a plateau of faulted glass. Huh? She even tipped over an oil drum at me. An oil drum? There was an oil drum behind. How do you know that, Judge? But it's strange. Huh? What should that? If she wanted to date, why didn't she run the other way? Alright. Okay, it doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the petition to the oil drums. Okay, I am pretty sure that Angel is the real killer. I just don't have a motive except intimidation. Actually, more mysteries. We don't like mysteries. I wish we could solve a few before finding more though. So, Mr. Guy tried to run. I'm sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright. It's not your fault, hon. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. After the murder, she said that... Okay, what the hell am I gonna do? Okay, now if I remember correctly, Phoenix Wright was acting really happy at this. Okay, I'm doing that. Oh wait! Wait. How would you know? How would you know this part? How would you know that she picked up the phone? How would you know this part either? She doesn't seem to be moving into your line of sight. Yeah, then when you would see her. And she's really happy right now. Yeah, okay, it's this one, I think. But how am I even gonna prove it? Shit. I'm gonna try something. Wait. Oh shit. God damn it, they're the odd one. I wish I could skip over it if I've already heard it. But also, here's a question I have. why would why would she try a wall phone instead of her cell phone? If she does her own phone, then she could do it and run away. No, fuck. God damn it. I need to remember which button does what. I think I do on this testimony. Can we talk about how they're both really hot, though? Maybe I can do the floor plan. Miss Shadar, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Yana Shadai. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. What the hell are you talking about, Edgeworth? You know that she's biased as fuck. Well, now who would thought that you would be my knight in shining armor prosecutor? You, who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you toss it all up. You're a yuck, bitch. I'll take all your yuck from your belly. I'm gonna whip it all out. Ahem. Yet yuck at the floor plan. You say you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Shadai make the call. I believe you to see what I'm getting at. The murder you told me on the backside of the petition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. No. I'm an idiot. Order. What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not talking about young. She's talking about the eyes. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie had this witness told the court. If I can't afford to get it wrong, I might as well shave. The witness lied about what she saw. She lied about what she saw. In other words, she didn't see Miss Dye using the emergency phone. Thinking quite imagine she could have, very logical. What? What's the matter, Shadar? Cat got your young spot? Mr. Wright, I hate to bother you while you're debating or celebrating your victory, but why would Miss Shadar lie like that? I don't know. Why has she lied about any of this? To create her own narrative. She wants Miss Yana Shadai to look like a horrible person. This lie is merely another element to it. Why would she say my sister had tried to use the phone but failed? I don't know, maybe she wanted... Maybe that's how she saw it in her head. Think of it, and say, why lie about something so... She has lied about so much shit that seems really insignificant if she actually witnessed a murder. No, you... I mean, maybe she really did. She did. Maybe. You ordered the patoo on rice, right? That look gross as hell. Mr. Dye tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Mr. Dye to lie about it. Okay? Pointless to lie. I see. But actually, the witness did see Mr. Dye using the emergency phone. Do you have proof that she used it? It would mean Mr. Dye witnessed the crime from a different location. I heard one. Before you call my eye pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever word choicer, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? Okay, all this testimony we heard points in one direction. The place where... Okay. She would have to see everything. If she was over here, she would see the telephone. But would she see the murder? If she was here, I guess she would see both. Wait, I'm gonna shave. Did I shave? Shit, I don't think I did shave. This wall is 5 feet. What else? Maybe she could... But why would she be in any of these cars? There's no reason why she would be in A block. She would be in B block. But why would she be here at all? To the give her a lunchbox? To her boyfriend? To the security guard? To the security guard who would be in the security guard room? She would be in the security guard room. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room. Indeed, the security guard room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It is built on the second floor, so you can see the entire yacht. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. Well, idea. There are many other places you could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being a part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where you could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a yacht to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Mr. Dar, how many years have I been getting the better of men? I don't know. Today, there's a table to be turned. Like, some sort of turnabout. Today, a man had gotten the better of Angel Shadar. Order, order, witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is he talking about Mr. Dye? Yeah, I guess. Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Mr. Dye lie? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why she lied. I don't know. People lie for a bunch of reasons. Sometimes the reason why people lie don't make any sense. They don't. Sometimes a lie is pointless, but people do it anyway. Because in their minds, they feel like they need to, or they have to, or it makes their story better. Huh? She could have just said she saw the time of the security guard station. Yeah, and she didn't. It's a pointless lie. All of this is pointless. It wouldn't have changed anything. Exactly. This phone does not tell y'all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. Objection, you can't see the body, you can't see the knife, all you see is blood. The truth still stands. It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. It is sitting on its ass. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. Okay? Tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? You! Mr. Wright, you reveal what we know. Security guard. Okay. Miss Shaddai witnessed the crime from the security guard's sedation. But she lied and said she saw it in B block. It might make a vital difference, but what? What would change? No. It would. But how would she get the picture? How would she get the same angle? But it's both of these. But the more obvious one is, yeah, the distance would have been totally different. It changed in the distance between her and the scene of the crime. Right? What here? The difference between the scene of the crime and the security guard station is 30 feet. I don't see what should change and what she should see. What she saw is not interesting here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime, dumbass. Miss Shadar, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Shadar? Well, witness, you. Yes? You ordered the split wheels, right? The quality of my youngsters have gone from yo to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the sedation, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the draft sedation. Well, how well could you even see the murder? It was 30 feet away, and it was behind the wall. Even if you could see it, all you would see is this. This is what you would see. This is literally what you would see. It is assuming you have a good view. That's all you would see. It would be a horrible sight. What the fuck? And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Oh no. Oh no, fuck you. That's so far. Oh my. Well, it took you so long. That's why I had to go through visitor parking in B block. So you just lied and said you were in B block the whole time to cut out the difference? That's quite the detour. So you lied about the time. Why? Why would you lie about the time it took? It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. That is so much longer. 5 minutes. That is 5 minutes of my defendant that you do not have accounted for at all. This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant chair who stabbed him. Your Honor, this witness is completely unreliable. We have no proof of anything with her. Well, okay, no, you have the image. Never mind, you have the image. I know, I have photographic evidence. God damn it. I already we have this evidence. We can't disprove her involvement. I swear it. I swear on my finest plastic fork. Shabort. You have a point, and the shabort is a wonderful invention. Will you get another tabby or lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? I don't know. I'm gonna say yes. Objection! 5 minutes between witnessing the crime and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time if you like it al dente. I'm not lunchboxing that time plot. I'm not lunchboxing that plot. I'm not lunchboxing that plot. I'm not lunchboxing that time plot that is not worthy. A 5-minute blank. Ain't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Shaddai dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Well then, it seems we have come to the end of this testimony. The witness had a grudge against the defendant. There's a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edward, is the net witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We should do that hand shot, Mr. Wright. Okay, Emma, I know we're all about taking the small wins, but we have not proven anything about Miss Yana Shaddai being innocent. We have proven that this woman is a liar, but she has photographic evidence. That is some of the strongest evidence that exists. That was too close. I'm afraid that the top of clean has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. This doesn't feel... Yeah, no, it isn't the end, is it? Hold it. Mr. Edward, you ordered the split wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might have been able to save you. I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her clipped lunch boxes? My apologies, but we have no further question to ask of you, Miss Star. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Oh ho ho! A triple decker! I have one more item on it. That's how I can evidence. Yeah, the young Yan's motto. You Like the young motto says, you won't be disappointed. Want you to pull out of her young boxes this time. Decisive evidence? Yeah, she is. Witness testimony. Decisive evidence. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I weren't. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the time machine. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 tons of blood were found on this shoe. One, of course, was the victim's, and the other blood type matches that of the defendant, Miss Yana Shaddai. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Sit. There was blood found on that shoe. Try Yunyan for all your young and decisive evidence needs. Okay? I'm not sure anybody did a go to Yunyan for evidence. Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is it the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed. Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. Do they all know about each other? Is it a polyamory? In any case, Your Honor, I don't accept this as evidence. Why? It's decisive to your taste. What? She's kinda cute like this, honestly. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. What are they? I've never heard of them. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so, and we're sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Wright. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Nah! Why are you mad? This is good evidence for you. Stop being a defense attorney. It's my job to be mad about this, not you. Don't take my job. It's my job. I need it. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You should at least study some evidence, y'all, really. Yeah, Phoenix, you're being a pretty shitty lawyer right now. The prosecution's complaint notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfied the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure the guilty are properly judged. Victim 2 added to the court record. Okay, victim shoe, white enamel shoe, bears traces of blood from Goodman and Detective Yana Shaddai or whatever. I don't know their names. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Sit. Decisive evidence. I should have mentioned the 5 minutes now while you had it. Why didn't you? Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. Honey, we would have looked at them anyway. Why are you so defensive? The results. How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before with my very own eyes. Compared to that, a mere 5-minute break means nothing. Why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of vile yacht. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile yacht known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This when the suspect is admitting she did it? False testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Sitar. Even worse than murder. Even worse than rape. Even worse than genocide. It's the worst crime of all. Let's just get this over with. And now to the victim of the matter shooter. I'm not playing this up. And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime? I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained poop, you should knock off with a shoe. Wow, how dehumanizing. I'm afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It's carrying more than lunch boxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. Anything, you don't move any evidence about a single other time. Now tell us what you did that. I'm sorry if the water thing is dead and annoying, but I have like painful areas in my mouth and I need help with water, so that's why. 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was of course the victim's. So you brought it to the forensics department. If you're gonna submit something like evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence needs to be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little too because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have blood stains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. Okay? Because she cut herself, which is also not good. We really have to disprove that. You can't say for sure that the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood test, you rookie? Huh? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types. A, B, O, A, B. However, you can't tell them a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That was dumb as hell, but ha. It was a joke. Guys, it was a joke. You know that, right? It was a one... That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. I know that. It was a... Actually, we did differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. We mean that we can more or less narrow down any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anybody but Miss Yana Shaddai. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Bisman. I was afraid he was gonna say that. That shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. I can't get this evidence go through without a fight. Some, yet you're trying. She's enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or do you not have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? There's a problem. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eye. You're still young, rookie. I give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? So what's the problem with this evidence? Oh, why is it under? This? I wonder if you noticed there's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it will be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat. A pretty horrible one, too. Indeed, there's quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense the victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about the bottom of the shoe? Oh, I had to actually... Well, I mean, like, if you stab somebody with a knife, like, and you're standing up, the bottom of your shoe is hidden. So, why would it, like... Why would there be blood on the bottom if the shoe, the bottom was covered? Hey. Wait, why are they... Oh wait, no, it's the victim's shoe. I was gonna say, oh, she has black shoes, but no, it's the victim's shoes. Fuck. No. 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 Oh shit, I don't know actually. Shit. Shit, no. 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 Okay, I need to actually do process of elimination. No. 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 Maybe, but maybe not. No. No. Need shot. There's nothing really disproving anything here. Oh wait, maybe this? Hey. I don't even see the victim in this picture. Is it this itself? But it can't be. There's nothing special about it. All I have is the knife. I'm guessing your shoe has blood on it too. You just shot yourself in the foot. Would you like the grinder from my heel or a grinder from my boot, Mr. Wright? Man, tough cloud. Hey, Mr. Wright, you have to be scientific about this and examine the evidence. What evidence? I thought a waste of time. Well, that was a nice break. Let's return to the testimony, shall we? Okay, I get it, I'm a fucking idiot. Okay, I'm gonna plush it. Show me like a hot mixer, right? Show me how you're trying, so you're not gonna a whole vat of hot water. Big problem. I don't know what it is, but I'll figure it out. I need to figure out what is contradictory about the bottom of the shoe. No. Wait a minute. Wasn't there an oil drum? Maybe if I... God damn it. Shit. Okay, well, sorry on you're probably gonna get the death penalty, I don't know. Okay. Well, continue. There's no problem. No, there's nothing there, and if I just stab myself blind, it will hurt my taste. Come on, Mr. Wright, I know you to find something, some kind of off-the-top contradiction. I'm trying to avoid saying things off the top today. That place should lie, hiding evidence like that. There's nothing to lie about you're using the law as a weapon. In any case, science is always on our side. Don't forget, scientific investigation is the wave of the future. Maybe I should investigate this evidence a bit more closely. Okay, so it's pretty obvious that Emma wants me to fully uncover the secret of the evidence. But what is it? Hey. Maybe I need Emma. This blood is my sister, right? It appears so. How would you know that? Emma's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. I don't want her hand to be hurt. I'm mad at her. Ah, there's blood here too. On the sole of the shoe. It's gotta be the victim's. But why? Why would it be on the bottom and not the top, like her hand ring? He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. That's impossible. He would be dead. All this blood is horrible. This blood might be an important clue. Did I do anything? I don't think there's anything else to present here. Yeah, no, I don't think the shoe has any more to offer me. How did that help? Yeah, no. Shit. I didn't know. Okay, what did me a minute? I'm just gonna go back and use my save. Okay, it's pretty obvious that I'm supposed to say there is a problem. Okay, so... Okay, so I'm pretty sure the obvious contradiction in the bottom of the shoe. Let me try this one, though. Okay, well, it definitely wasn't that, but I kinda already knew that. I wonder if you noticed there's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me with you're opening the bottom of my blood shoe. Okay. Man, I can't even, Oh wait, where's the blood in the picture? Where the hell is the blood in the picture? Give me a minute. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Notice that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why wasn't there any bloody footprints found in the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprint in the crime scene of the crime. This contradicts your claim about the shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. That isn't good enough. Give me evidence. Don't just tell me there could have been. Show me proof. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order, order, order. Well, witness? What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. I don't know, if somebody cleaned up the blood, maybe they bled somewhere else, other than the scene of the murder. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Every contradiction has a reason for itself. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. I don't know what they mean. What? Hold it. Oh, don't do that, man. You're dumb as I. Now I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. Miss Angel Shadar is the real murderer, and I found it out. Not you, Mr. Wright. I'm awesome. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. Well, what are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, picked over an oil drum. Oh, it's water, okay. Oh, okay, I'm not reading all this. It's a flashback. I read it. I thought it was strange. But I thought that was a strange thing for the normally two-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, I'm not sure I like your tone, Mr. Edgeworth. Though, apparently, you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the young box factory. Witness! Well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum, tipped over by the chief prosecutor, was brimming with water, and I decided not to tell you this for no apparent reason at all. Water? What did that mean? It washed away the blood in the image. Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha! You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason, and one reason alone. To erase the blood stains that would later become evidence against her. What? That ties things up quite nicely. The blood stains left on the victim's shoe ties her clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. They hate you. That reminds me, Miss Shaddai, your right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's why. That's when my sister's blood got on his shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please! What? What can I do? Photographic evidence, physical evidence, a bad testimony that should still work. I have nothing to defend her with in any capacity. Your sister had confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it. But enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Yes, very well. But Angel Shadari on the prosecutor's side seemed to be lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Yana Shadai. Hold it. Yiddledale, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Yana Shadar, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing bloody footprints. Well, I thought you had your fill, but here you are demanding the second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox full of evidence. Please, you don't have to keep going. You already made my client guilty as hell. You gave me a shoe with both blood. You gave me a picture with a bloody coat. You gave me a testimony. You gave me a knife, okay? Stop doing this. You already beat me over the head with evidence. I already lost. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. The time of deliberation is past. Any further comment and you will be held in contempt of court. Edgeworth, you can't do that. The judge does it. Shut up, sit down, and yet listen. Your threats don't sit there to cough up clean. I don't care if I've been coughed up. I'm not done yet. Look at this. Shit. A photograph. I had this just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt in this photograph. Hey, It's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the tort's mind. Immediately after the murder, the family was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seemed like really what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right. Wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Huh? Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. Huh? This is the last piece of evidence. I hope it is. The video is 2 hours. Very well then. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Your Honor, wait! What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? No, or you're gonna end up in pieces. Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over yet until we give Emily piece of evidence proper to generation. So, right? Are you saying that there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or not, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photo. What the hell is the issue? The license plate, it doesn't mean anything. This does look like the very same shoe. It's wet, just like you testified. All of this is known. I know about all of this. I don't know about the yikes, but they don't matter. That couldn't even be. He's not wearing his shoe. I can't even see his face. None of this shit means anything. All of this makes sense. What doesn't make sense? The water makes sense. The body makes sense. The knife makes sense. So did the shoe. There's nothing unusual about this body or the tar. Headlights, or I guess the backlight. This little license plate. The little... Wait. What is that? Is this liquid? It doesn't look like the liquid. What are you doing in the pipe? I might as well try it. The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the toy muffler. Wait a moment, Mr. Edward. Your Honor? You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also a part of a car or motorcycle. Just think of it as a part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does it have to do with this case? Nothing! Absolutely nothing! I mean, she's right, technically, like, we have no reason to keep going. Sorry, Mr. Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why it is important to the taste. You said it yourself in your testimony. What? You see what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth is related to the taste. No. 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 No? Maybe. No. 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 Cell phone, or muffler, we set on tall. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's nothing else that is related except this and this. Which is it? There's an object sticking out of the guitar's muffler. And she said the word muffler. The guitar muffler. Miss Cigar, withhold your testimony for the tort. Yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Ah! Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh, no! My beautiful, sexy, hot, big body. No, I'm so weak. Well, it seems like we will have to suspend proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. That is the only reason we are able to get to a second day. It is because this judge is so incredibly amazing that he cares enough about this insignificant detail to let it go on. Anybody who doesn't like the judge should realize he's the only reason why we're able to get this far. In Edgeworth's case, in Yana's case, have the tar at the crime scene examined at once, and bring me that cloth. Both of the prosecutions had decisive evidence, perfect evidence, and yet the judge cared enough to go on with us. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. That's why he's an amazing judge. Agreed? I suppose so. Whew, that was close. But we made it. At least for now. And it's all that counts. The court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. He's still hungry? To be continued. Okay. Okay, everybody, and that will do it for this episode of Ace Attorney Rise from the Ashes. We should be so grateful to have a judge that cares that much. I want to remind you of all the evidence they had. Think about it. The evidence we had against our client was everything. Literally. They had everything. They had a bloody body. They had a confession. They had a witness testimony. They had a picture of a shoe. They had blood. They had all the proof in the world to say that our client is guilty. But our judge decided to give us a second chance. And that's why I'm never gonna hate the judge, as long as he keeps being that thorough. I really hope next time we actually do find good evidence before tort, not in tort. We were grasping at straws that whole time. So yeah, hopefully next time we get better evidence. And also, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!